Hello, Zach. How are you?
Hey, Arina, I'm great. I'm so glad to be here. So happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming and spending your valuable time with us and helping us to take advantage of the situation. And I know you're a successful entrepreneur and you're the king of Instagram, like legit the king of Instagram. But maybe
Yes.
some of our audience would not know. Would you up a little bit about you first?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to be here and talk to you guys today. So I was actually born in Korea, then adopted by my parents in the States. So I'm actually in Iowa right now, and of all places. But normally I'm traveling all the time, another country, another culture every single week. I work with a lot of tourism boards, like countries, and help organize their tourism board campaigns, like Dubai and the Maldives. So you see a lot of these cool pictures that I have on these slides. These are from all over the world. And yeah, I'm actually in the basement of my parents' house in Iowa right now because of this stuff going on. But I'm excited to be here and teach you guys how to build a solid brand on Instagram. We work with some of the biggest influencers and marketing legends like Kiyosaki, Russell Brunson, and many more. And then I also own my own beauty page, makeup tutorial page as well, called Glamour Ideal. So I'm excited to share with you guys and teach you guys how to growth hack your Instagram account and build up your audience during these tough times.
Wait, do you own makeuptutorials.com?
I don't actually own that page, but shoot, I would love to collaborate with them. But we
Barry
own
Belcher has it. He's teasing me that he's gonna sell it for like 5 years now.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah. When I first spoke at the War Room, he was telling me about that.
Yes, he has it.
Shoot, we should collab.
Yeah. Sorry, go for it, Zach. Thank you for the
Okay.
intro.
Yeah, so guys, I put together this quick presentation for you, and there's no better time to build your brand on Instagram, right? It's the most visually engaging platform in the world. There's over 2 billion active users on it every single day. So this is what I'm going to be teaching you today. Um, I'm going to teach you guys how to growth hack your account $50,000 in the next few months, right? So I've already told you a little bit about myself, so I won't spend too much on that. Um, but I want to dive right in and go into this growth hacking stuff. So as you can see, this is one of our Instagram accounts, and we're going viral, right? 14 million views on a video, 20 million impressions. And so what I'm going to be teaching you guys today is something that you guys can use for your own um, personal Instagram accounts, but also for your business, right? Which is going to drive more exposure and sales um, online, which is, yeah, it's really cool. So as you can see, just, Instagram is in orange, Facebook is in red. The attention shift from Facebook to Instagram is moving faster than ever before, right? So if you're not actually on Instagram now, now is the time to actually get on it so that you can be ahead of the game and not left behind, right? So just, numbers wise, Instagram is killing it, organically, impressions, reach, interactions. It's beating Facebook. So there's a lot of opportunity here. Um, like I said, there's over 50% of brands are using Instagram. So if you guys are on like Amazon, like think of Instagram as just like as another traffic source, right? And I'm going to show you guys how to build a brand around your company on Instagram today. There's over 500,000 people actively using Instagram stories every single day, IGTV. Um, and so these are all the numbers. I don't want to bore you guys with too much of this stuff because you guys will have access to all of my slides as well. And I'm going to send you a growth hacking guide and teach you pretty much everything that I know about Instagram in the guide. And that's all yours for free. So what I want to do with you guys in the short 30 minutes that we have is to kind of talk about how you guys can growth hack your account, right? Get more followers and get more sales. So this is step number one, secret number one. Think of Instagram as like the new like Google, right? The new like YouTube, right? People are searching for things every single day. And back in the day, people wanted to rank, first page, still first page, second page is extremely hard to rank on these days in Google for different keywords. So what I'm going to do is teach you guys how to rank for keywords that people are searching for related to your business on Instagram right now today. Okay, so here's the beauty account that I was talking to you about. And now this is it's much bigger now. It's I think it's grown. This is my beauty page, Glamour Ideal. And as you can see, we're posting a lot of like memes, interesting, like really crazy kind of out there videos, but we're posting a lot of like eyebrow makeup videos and even some microblading stuff too. Um, and so the username, the account name is called Glamour Ideal, right? This is what the account is called. This is the username. Now, the SEO trick that I want to teach you guys today is instead of putting the username twice, Glamour Ideal, you can actually write up to 2 to 3 different keywords on your Instagram profile that you want to rank for, right? So look at it here. Like when people type in glamour, when people type in beauty, like my page is actually popping up first out of the billions of active users. Do you guys see how powerful this is? Here's another example, right? This is my personal Instagram account. But yeah, we're ranking for travel, nature, all of these different things. And so I want to show you the trick here. So let's back up a step. And so if you're at home right now and
My eyes are rolling.
you have Instagram, you're going to pull up the Instagram app and basically, you're going to go in there and you're going to edit your profile, right? So I'm here, I click edit your profile and you can see like it says name and then it says username, right? So the username for this account is called Glamour Ideal, right? Now, in the name section, instead of putting it twice, you can write, glamour, makeup, beauty. You can write up to 3 different keywords related to the type of content that you're posting on your page. And then once you decide on those keywords, you click done and it saves, right? And so this is the first step into building up your profile, making it SEO optimized, basically making it searchable on Instagram. And so the second tip that I want to teach you guys is when you're creating and writing out your bio, you don't want to do it on the Instagram app because it's going to be a mess. So what I suggest doing is actually writing out your bio on the notepad, right? And so they can use emojis, you can line everything up super nice, and then you can copy and paste the bio onto your Instagram page, and it looks much nicer, right? And so you can see that in our bio it's saying latest beauty trends. We're SEO optimized, glamour, makeup, beauty, amazing videos. So it's a repost account. So we're basically reposting other viral videos, giving them credit and posting up onto the page, which I'll teach you. And yeah, we have a call to action, right? So this is something that you guys need to start doing now to make your Instagram account searchable and SEO optimum, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, oh snap. We have here another example of me actually setting up a really cool funnel. Okay, so think about it. If you guys get some press and you're featured maybe in Forbes or you get featured in Thrive Global or one of these articles, you can actually put a lead magnet inside of one of these articles, right? So my call to action for this account is learn how we travel the world for free. And down there, it brings them to my Forbes article. And this Forbes article is about how millennials use Instagram to travel the world for free. And towards the end of the article, you see free guides, right? I have this circled. And when people click on my free guides, this brings them to my Facebook chatbot, which basically is all automated. So I'm getting people to opt in and click, yes, I want the free guide every single day, 40, 50 people every single day wanting my free guides. And then it brings them to, they get the free guide in their email. And then we have some other free upsells that they can, choose to opt into, like a free Facebook group. And this is the thing that you guys want to start doing now, is figuring out ways to just put content out there for your fans, for your friends, um, but to also be sensitive of the type of content that you put out, because with everything going on, I think a lot of people are scared. They're scared to like post, or they don't know what to say, they don't want to offend somebody. But in my experience, it's better to be a creator than a consumer, right? So put something out, um, be sensitive about it when you post it, but it's better than not doing anything. This is my flow of my Facebook chatbot, right? So you can see like how I have it value stacked here. I'm giving them free values, right? So I'm giving them strategies, secrets on how to be a travel influencer, and giving them a growth hacking guide that basically teaches them everything to do and not to do on Instagram. And so I recommend creating a lead magnet for your followers, and giving them something to opt into on your Instagram profile, right? So that's that. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about are the hashtags, right? Now, this has a little bit to do with the SEO. And, let's say, I mean, you're in the real estate, like, or, beauty niche. This is just an example, right? But a lot of people, if you're on your phones and you type in the hashtag beauty or makeup or microblading, or in this example, real estate, you're going to see that all of these major hashtags have hundreds of millions of posts in them, like millions of posts. So in order for you to actually hit the top posts for these keywords is going to be really hard. So what I suggest that you guys do is, when you're doing your hashtag research, you want to find hashtags that have smaller posts on them, right? So let's start off with the basic hashtag, right? In this example, I'm talking about real estate, because those are the types of things that people want to invest in right now. But if you open up your Instagram app, right, and you go to tags, which is short for hashtags, and you type in, beauty, right? Beauty alone has 368 million posts on it, right? And some of the top posts have hundreds to thousands of likes on them. So in order to actually rank at that post, it's going to be really hard. So when you type in a mega hashtag like beauty or like makeup, you're going to scroll left and up and down, and you're going to be able to find all of the related hashtags to that, super mega hashtag, right? So you're going to try to find you want to try to find hashtags that have smaller number of posts on them, right? Maybe between 10 to 25,000 posts, 20 to 50,000 posts, 50 to 100,000 posts on them, right? And these examples, like, these are good hashtags, right, for the real estate niche. But maybe you want to do it for the beauty or the makeup or the hair tutorial space. There's different hashtags that you can search and find that have smaller number of posts on them. So what you want to do, long story short, is you're gonna write them all out on the notepad. You're going to basically create multiple sets of hashtags, 20 to 30 different hashtags, and you're going to rotate those throughout the week to see which ones perform the best. Now, a lot of people ask me, like, okay, how do I use hashtags? Like, should I post them in the caption? Should I just post them in the first comment? I recommend both, right? So in the description, you always want to use 2 to 3 different hashtags that are like related to the type of content that you're going to post. And then as soon as you post, you want to copy and paste and put the rest of the hashtags in the first comment, right? So it, basically makes your post look a lot cleaner and nicer, right? If you have a bunch of hashtags in your first caption, it looks kind of bad. All right, so now that we've covered the SEO trick, the hashtags, the last thing that I want to talk about are the engagement groups. Now, 2020, Instagram has changed, right? The algorithms are a lot smarter. They're a lot different. They work differently now. So back in the day, I mean, pretty much people could go viral, hit the explore page, the homepage button, tab by just, getting a bunch of likes in a short window of time, like a 15-minute to an hour window, right? And when you pair that up with like really viral like content, basically it went viral, right? Got tens of thousands of views, thousands of likes, and just one post. Now in 2020, it's changed, right? So there's no automation. Like Instagram can detect that. So, if you're trying to use these automated engagement groups, that pretty much, you get a bunch of likes and from all these other accounts, and you do the follow unfollow, like Instagram is going to flag you, right? And basically shut your account down. And it's, going to really hurt and damage your account. So, say no to automation, say no, you don't use the robots. That's not healthy for your account. 2020 Instagram is different. So I want to show you guys that. Now this is just one of our accounts. These are all of the engagement groups that we're in. But basically what happens is inside of an engagement group, everybody likes and comments on each other's posts throughout the day. And when you're getting enough likes and comments throughout the whole day, right? Multiple times, several times throughout the day, you're going to actually hit the algorithm still, the 2020 algorithm. And so that's why we've created, a 220 million network on Instagram. And we still use these engagement groups to this day to get our content seen, right? Because why invest a lot of money on content if your stuff never gets seen, right? And you don't get any followers. So you want to use these engagement groups. Now, the question is Zach, how do I get into these engagement groups? Like, how does it work? Well, in order to get into these really high level engagement groups, there's two ways, right? You can either be the creator, like you can take initiative and you can pretty much gather a group of accounts of 14 other accounts that are bigger than you, and you can write them and say, hey, I'm starting an Instagram engagement group of accounts that are 20,000 followers plus, right? Would you like in? And just by simply taking action, just by simply taking initiative and doing the hustle and the hard work, you're going to get people that are bigger than you, accounts that are bigger than you, say yes, Zach, I want in your engagement group. And so you're going to hear a lot of no's, you're going to hear some yeses, but when you can find enough people to say yes and build these groups up, you're going to see a big difference in your page and your engagement and the growth. The other way is to actually pay. Now, when I first started and I didn't have a lot of followers, I would reach out to these big accounts and offer them to pay. And I'd say, hey, I'd be willing to pay you like 10 bucks, 20 bucks for each engagement group that you can get me into, right? And so the key here is to reach out to bigger pages in your niche, in your industry, that are just killing it, crushing it on Instagram, right? And we all know those accounts, and basically just offer them money, pay them for their time, pay them for their knowledge, make them feel loved and respected. And by doing so, they'll open up and let you in to their insiders group. And this is what you need, guys, to grow, because it's so hard to grow these days. You can't simply, so my page, Zach Vacay, like, we're growing it completely 100% like, organically. And I call these engagement groups semi-organic, but we're not using ads, we're not spending any money on the account, we're not paying for shout outs, we're not doing giveaways. Like, my accounts now at Zach Vacay is only like 75,000 followers, but it's using the exact strategy that I'm teaching you guys today, which is completely free, right? All you see on my page are repost videos, right? And we're using these engagement groups and these strategies that I'm breaking down right now to grow it. So even if you don't have a lot of money, even if you don't have a lot of time to create amazing content, you can use these repost strategies to build and grow your audience now. I think this is pretty much all I had for now, but do you guys want to ask questions?
Yeah, I think it's really amazing what you're sharing with us. And like when I was actually talking with my assistant, she sent me a print screen while you were talking about like having the name on like on the instead of like having double the name. And she was like, why we don't have that? And I'm like, I literally texted her back. I was like, he's a genius. Like I was like sucking every single information that you have because I think it's so valuable. And I think it will, help a lot of people. And if you could walk us a little bit through more how to get on those engagement groups, especially for like, I know that you're focused on the travel and that's your thing, but like, how would people even get on that DM engagement group though?
Yes, yes. Well, so great question. Well, for one, like, like my beauty page, right? So like there's a couple of kind of engagement groups. Okay. So there's these DM groups where you have 15 people, like you and 14 other accounts, all liking and commenting on each other's posts throughout the day, right? You can find those by simply reaching out to big accounts and either paying them and saying, hey, I'm looking for some engagement groups or a network to get into. Do you know of any? And if so, I'd be happy to pay you, right? And that gets your message read and gets the conversation going. And then I'd offer them like, you know, like $20 or $25 right now. If you reach out to a page that has like 100,000 followers and they let you into all of their groups and you only pay like 20, $30, I mean, that's huge. Like that's like pretty much like that's a huge deal. And so either you can pay for it or there's a few strategies. Let's say, Zach, okay, well, you know, I don't I don't have a lot of money to invest in this, right? Now, you know, there's creative ways that you guys can go about doing this, whether it's sending out free product to these influencers and getting into these engagement groups, which does cost a little bit of money, but then you're also creating user generated content for your profile and creating buzz on their pages, which will hopefully lead to more sales. But again, the best way to do this, and if you're a hustler like me and you really want to do this yourself, it's by taking initiative, building relationships with these other influencers and helping them grow their pages by simply reaching out to pages that are bigger than yours and saying, hey, I'm creating a Instagram engagement group of accounts that have 50,000 followers plus, right? You meet the criteria, you meet the requirements. I love your page, I love your content. Do you want in? And just by simply sending out a message like that and being the creator, you would be surprised. Like a lot of people would be like, yes, yes, I do want in. I want in the group. I want more engagement because everybody is hungry for growth and more engagement and more sales. And this is the way to do it. Now, this took a long, long time for us to do it. Um, so either you, spend maybe 10, 20 minutes a day doing this, doesn't take that much, and see what happens, or assign a VA or one of your assistants and have them grind on this. But when you get into enough of these groups, guys, you're really going to see some changes, some really positive changes for your account.
So basically, you're
Yeah.
looking for like large accounts that they have a bigger following than you.
Yes.
Would that count back on your um like, let's say if somebody that have 100 followers comment on your post,
Mm.
and if somebody have that 10,000 followers comment on your post, would the engagement be different on the Instagram algorithm?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you want to have like obviously like the bigger the page, the bigger effect, right? So if you get somebody who has like 5 million followers, or if I got like a like from like Beyonce or Jay-Z, which would be crazy, right? Um, that would send the algorithms crazy because that's somebody that's a legit celebrity, high authority. right? So, but the same thing goes to like smaller accounts, right? If you get an account that has 20,000 followers liking your stuff, if you only have 500 followers, you're gonna start hitting the algorithms. If you can get these bigger accounts to engage with your content several times per day, right? And so that's why, the most important thing is creating epic content. Now, if you can't create the epic content, then you can do the repost. But then, the main thing that you guys should be focusing on now is building out your networks, right? Connecting with influencers, connecting with micro influencers, and building a relationship with them and creating a win-win, right? And I do have some more content for you guys too if there's not any more questions, but I feel like everybody needs to create relationships with these micro influencers, and figure out ways to just help people with stuff and to give freely, and they'll end up hooking you up like tenfold.
I think this is like really great what you're sharing, and I think by listening to you, it's like every time it's like mind opening. It's like, oh, that's new. That was not
Yeah.
there like last week. Oh my God, when did this even happen?
Yes.
So yeah, that would be great if you could also walk us like how to connect with the influencers for free.
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
say I am like Laura and I do
Yeah.
microblading in Cincinnati. How would I reach to,
Mhm. Okay, so let me show you. Let me talk quickly about this example with me and Jay Park, who is one of the most famous Asian hip hop artists in the world, in Korea. But he's becoming he was just signed by Jay-Z to Rock Nation, so the first Asian rapper to do that. And I was like, I want to connect with him. I like his music. He was a b-boy. He was a break dancer. And so I was like, I want to figure out a way to connect with him because I think we could make some moves. And so, now he's all over. And so, what I did in the very beginning, he's got almost 4 million followers now. But I was like, okay, who is he following? Now he was following a bunch of people. Now I was like, okay, well, I don't want to reach out to 1,000 people. That's too time consuming, right? Well, I looked at carefully in his pictures, and in one of his pictures, he posted up a picture with him and his crew, right? And so I started cold DMing, direct messaging all of his crew members, right? So I messaged everyone. I messaged Gray. He's like his, he's huge too, 2 million followers. He didn't answer. All of these different people. And so no one replied until his DJ, who had 80,000 followers. Everybody else has millions. He sent me a message and he's like, hey, Zach, um, interesting offer, because I was like, hey, I wanna work with you guys and grow your Instagram followings. And he's like, well, why don't you do mine as a tester? And so basically I took him up on that offer, right? So I reached out to his whole crew. I found a DJ who had 80,000 followers versus everyone had millions, offered them value, right? I was like showing them love and respect. Hey, um, I love what you guys do, and I'd be down to do some work for free. And so I did some work for a year, and really blew him away. And then we started working on all these different projects. And so that's how that happened. So what I'm trying to teach you guys is, all of these influencers these dream influencers and people that you want to work with, they've all worked really hard on their brands. They've all worked really hard on, building up their business. And so the best thing that you can do is come out a come out like in a way and approach them out of like love and respect, right? Always starting off with a compliment, a genuine interest in what they're doing in their projects, showing them some love, giving them some compliments on some things like, hey, I love this video, or I love when you did this or that in this tutorial, is really helpful. And I shared it. And by the way, I shared it with my Facebook group. And I'm the founder of the World of Microblading Facebook group, and we have all these different people that just love your content, right? And so that's value to them, right? First, you showed them love and respect. You took initiative and you shared it with your group, and then they're like, oh wow, free exposure. This person really cares about what I do. I want to hop on a call with them. I want to figure out how we can create a win-win, because essentially what I was doing and what I suggest and recommend that you guys do is do that same approach, right? And um, you'll be surprised. A lot of people say yes and want to collaborate with you. Um, but it all starts from just giving things out, giving away your time, some of your resources, and making something happen for them.
It sounds to me like bring value to the people. Again, back to that, if you're expecting something, like even
Yes.
in dating, you bring the girl out to the dinner
Oh,
and then you get and kiss her, right? But first
oh,
you bring something on the table.
oh, wow. Yes. That is like the perfect example.
Yeah, thank you. I think that was like great so far. Sorry for interrupting you. Keep doing what you're doing because you're amazing.
No, that was a really great example. So, um, and the other way, like, guys, like, so many people are like, you know, wanting to like interview people now. So this is the perfect time, right, to start up a podcast. This is a perfect time to reach out to people, and get on their podcast, or share your story, right? And that's again what I was saying is like you can either be a creator or a consumer. Like create content, put it out there, because you never know who's going to read. Like this was one of my very first interviews with this guy who just randomly heard my Facebook Live interview with this guy named Thomas. And during Thomas's interview, like we only had like two people like it. I liked it, and then this other guy named Matt liked it. And um, this was in 2017, and Thomas approached me. He's like, Zach, can I do a Facebook Live with you? And I was like, sure. I'm always down for anything. So I recommend you guys should always be down to hop on calls with people, to strike up conversations with people, and to do Facebook Lives with people and do podcasts, because you never know who's going to listen. And what happened was, long story short, a girl who owned like a really famous PR agency was listening to this Facebook Live. She hit me up on Facebook Messenger and said, Zach, I love your story. It's super inspiring. Can I buy a travel Instagram account with you? I charged her a fair price. And then she was like, she appreciated that. And she's like, you know what? I want to connect you with my friend Jules, right? She's a podcaster, and everybody who gets on her podcast gets a free Forbes article, right? And so just by, charging, by taking that leap of faith, going stepping into the unknown, saying yes to that podcast, yes to that live interview, it got me my first Forbes article, guys. And so what I want to encourage you to do is just to take more risks, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of voicing your ideas, your opinions, your content, um, your knowledge out to the world, to your friends and your fan base, because this is what people need nowadays, right? And they're going to appreciate it and learn something, and maybe even share it. And just that one share could drive some sales or help you um, in your business.
Exactly. Like you never know who's watching and who can, help out, and who, like don't stop smiling. You don't know who's gonna fall in love with your smile. Same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And these were just our conversations and screenshots. And anytime somebody adds me as a friend, um, I always reach out to them. And say, like, hello, how are you? Saw that you wanted to be friends. Would love to learn more about you. And sometimes in this case, I said, would love to learn more about you first before I accept your friendship. And then, you know, it turned out she had a major PR agency, and then she was the one who bought the travel account for me and got my Forbes article. And so you never know who's watching you or who's heard you. And so then you might get a friend request, and you might not even accept that, but well, why the heck not? You should connect with that person and see how you can help each other, and that could lead to something big.
Especially, yeah, in the beauty industry, this will relate with like connect with the other, I don't know, influencer or other hairstylist that maybe she doesn't do extensions but you do extensions. Maybe she's the queen of balayage or whatever it's called, like I don't know, shades of colors. I don't know, I don't pay my hair, so don't take the wrong names, but you get a point. Maybe you could complement each other in the services by connecting with people. I think that's like really important, to build your leverage.
Yes, exactly. Um, and these are just some free hotels that I got back in the day. This is my friend Elena. She actually her husband handles videography and all this stuff. This is in the Maldives. But this is another thing that I've used to actually connect with these really big influencers, right? So in the end, to wrap everything up, even if you don't have a million followers, even if you don't have a huge network like I do, there's ways in, guys, right? And so when I got all of these hotels for free, like um, I didn't own all of these pages, right? I didn't own like all of these travel pages and photography pages that I said that I could get these hotels placements on. I reached out to these huge, amazingly beautiful travel pages and photography pages. And I asked them, how much do you charge? What are your rates? And, you know, pretty much made a deal with them, paid them, and was able to leverage their pages to get me over 550 nights for free in the past 3 years, right? And then I was able to send other celebrities and other influencers on these trips to the Maldives for free, and that was extreme value, right? And then they paid me back by helping me grow my clients on Instagram and doing shout outs and stuff. And so what I want to tell you guys is just be creative and think of ways that you can leverage other people's skills and talents and your own to get what you want and to connect with the people that you want to grow your business.
I think that's really valuable what you're actually bringing on the table here. So,
Yes.
like I know Zach has been traveling. Like I'm an avid traveler, but I think Zach is like on a different like stratosphere. He's always staying on those presidential suites and
Yes.
like streaming from Maldives. Like I've traveled
Yes.
60 plus countries, but how many do you have now? 78 or something?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Close
he's
to that.
only streaming from like I don't know, a bathtub facing the ocean or an infinity pool.
Yeah.
So
That's
he's
true.
the one who can actually talk, and he has like all the authority in the market because this guy has spoke to a room which was worth more than $1 billion. That's how we met. He was like speaker to like major conferences, spoke in front of like so many celebrities. I think you were one of the speakers at the Tony Robbins event or Grant Cardone's.
Yeah, both of their events.
Yeah,
And
so
the Sharks.
yeah, you know your thing, and I know, and I can't thank you enough for like coming here and sharing your knowledge with us. I think it's like really amazing that like I just reach out to you and you were so willing to help everybody without expecting nothing in advance.
Yes. Well, I mean, you're a great person, good friend, and I'm always down to support you and everything that you do. You have a great community, and you're helping a lot of people. And so anytime that somebody takes an initiative, creates something like an awesome event like this, I'm going to obviously say yes. So I thank you for that. And if you guys
Thank you so much, guys. How could you?
yeah,
Sorry, Zach. How can they reach you if they need you and
yeah,
they need more from you?
yeah, for sure. Well, like I said, well, this is our website, and if you want the free growth hacking guide and these slides and everything that we covered today, just simply go there, email us, and or text us, and we'll send you that guide, and also some beauty hashtags for what that you can use for your Instagram pages, right? So we're also including that for free. And yeah, I just would love to help, would love to connect, hear your story, and figure out how we can add value to you guys and help you guys in your business.
Thank you so much, Zach, and I'll see you guys soon.